Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream. Live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins, going to move some crypto around for you guys, and as always, I'll do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't troubleshoot your problems here live. So welcome once again to the live stream tonight. The big story is Solana. We're going to focus on that. It's been around for a while, but it's starting to be added to some tradable ETFs. And so people in big finance are finally starting to take notice of Solana. Very similar to Ethereum in that it's a smart contract-based cryptocurrency with sub-tokens. A lot of people trade meme coins on the Solana chain. Very fast and low fees, but it does suffer from a little bit of centralization. I think they've been working on that, but it's a great crypto. I love it. I choose to transfer using Solana just because of its speed and low fees in many cases when we're doing those kinds of things. I'm going to move a little Solana for you guys tonight, so hopefully you'll get a little bit of insight into how the chain works and how fast it is. Let's see. I'm saying a lot. I'm going to be at the Ledger Open I said it again, in October. October 23rd is the Ledger Open, and it's in Paris. So I'll be there, and it'll be fun. I've done some new videos this week. Why don't we go over and greet everybody, because I seem to be tongue-tied this afternoon. Let's check it out. Once again, I want to thank everyone for being here. It's always nice to see everyone here on a nice Saturday. Let me see if I can get this overhead here. This might show you. It's just a gorgeous day here in Michigan. You can see out my window. It's sunny and mild. Actually, it says it's about 80 degrees tonight, right now, and it's 6:02, so go figure. But we were out this morning at the farmer's market. It was just a gorgeous day out there. Love West Michigan, as you guys know. Oh, it's telling me that I'm buffering, whatever that means. Shouldn't be. Ugh, here we go again. Okay. No, I didn't. I didn't have any martinis, but thanks for asking. I did take a nap, so I was a little groggy. We went to the farmer's market pretty early this morning, and then stopped at the bakery for some fresh bread and got home, made a killer sandwich this afternoon, and then took a nap. I shouldn't have taken a nap after I ate. That's usually, you shouldn't do that, I think. But when's the best time? I can't think of a better time to take a nap than right after a good, satisfying meal. But hey, that's just me. But I think it wreaks havoc on your digestion, right? So let's see. Roland Kane was here tonight. First, good to have Roland here as usual. Love to see you here. Bondic Decading, please post the Romanian translation. Thank you very much. You know, I don't know if there's a way for me to manually put the translation in Romanian. And I know that YouTube automatically will translate into other languages now. But I think those are on standalone videos. I don't know that YouTube has got everything in place to do it live. But I could check into it. But I doubt that it would work in a live stream or not. I'll check into that for you. But off the top of my head, I wouldn't know how to post the Romanian translation. But I'm glad you're here, Bondi. Hopefully you can struggle through, and maybe I can get it posted after the fact. Kenny Wiedner is here. Good to have Kenny here. Andreas Ebert. Looking forward to see you in many nice places. Monday you'll fly to the U.S.? That's cool. Awesome. You're from Germany, I understand. I'm pretty sure. We've talked quite a bit over the last couple of years. So, yeah, that's awesome. And let me get the greetings done, and then I'll tell you guys about France. Simon is here. Mr. Miskey, Hands Hannah 350. Drew A. Hello. W. Wayne Tyler. Treb 3. Good to have everybody here tonight. Fred McIntyre, welcome back again. TB watching from Denmark. Hell, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, TB watching. La Utopia de Magnus. What about XRP, AVX, HBAR, ETF? Well, they're probably going to be having ETFs on those, but the news story that I have pulled up is focusing mostly on Solana, but I think they're talking about those other ETFs as well. E. Poston from Colorado, Nella Bella. Any thoughts? Okay, I'm not really here to evaluate coins, La Utopia, but thank you for being here. I do mostly the news and then Q&A and we troubleshoot. But I give some overall market analysis, but I don't do coin evaluation. Sorry if that's what you're here for. I apologize. Columbia, that's cool. Nice to have you. Let's see here. HR by Catherine. Good to have you. Crypto Otis. Scott Noble. Grab a Fago. That's cool. Oh, yeah, I've got my new shirt on. My new Life is Good t-shirt. I love these Life is Good t-shirts. Very high quality. Eric Nichols from Italy. Dan the Man is here. Solana ETH Killer. Never happened. Yeah. Okay. What is your best hardware wallet to use? Have One Key, Classic, and Tangem. Best wallets I ever would like to ask you. Is a chip inside Tangem same in 2025 as it is in 2023? Or did they upgrade something? Thanks. I don't believe they've changed their chip in that time frame between 23 and 25. As far as I know. I don't know about the internal architecture. I know there is a chip in there, but I don't. They don't share their internal architecture with me. I'm assuming it's the same chip. Why do you ask? I'm wondering. Okay, so now that we're here, let me just highlight a few things. What do we got here? My landing page over at Ledger, where you can always get a $10 Bitcoin rebate on any Ledger product. These deals change when Ledger is running specials. So always check out my landing page. I do a lot of videos, and sometimes the videos kind of go out of date. I promote the specials that are running on Ledger. So if you saw one of my earlier videos for the August sale or the back to school sale, and you're a little disappointed that you're not getting the big rebates, hang tight. Ledger always runs good specials, and they always update them on my landing page. So check it out. And let's see here. I think I wanted to... Here's the Ledger Open. This is happening in Paris. This is the only page I could find and it just seems like a single page here. So they don't really talk too much about it. Yeah, I kind of looked at this. It's pretty cool. I thought they did it every year in different places, but apparently it's been a few years since they've done one. And so I'm pretty excited. My wife will be joining me, and we're looking forward to visiting Paris. Check out Tangem. Tangem has good deals. I've got all the links to these in the description. So if you're interested in any of these projects, check out my links. And the Tangem sale on the ring is still going on. I believe it goes till the end of this month. So if you use my checkout code, CryptoDad, and pair it up with the 15 off ring checkout code, you'll get an additional 15% off the Tangem ring, which brings it down by 25%. So that's pretty cool. And of course, you'll get the 10% off any of their other products. But yeah, if you're interested in a Tangem ring, it's a good time to get a Tangem ring. Descent wallets have a landing page for me as well. So you might want to check out Descent, the biometric wallet. And all these links are down in the description. There's a bunch of great stuff in the description. If you don't see all this, just click more and you'll see all this great stuff down in the description, what we're going to talk about. I did a couple of videos this week. I did another video on stamp seed. I think stamp seeds are really cool. It's a way of etching your seed phrase into titanium. Let me show you what we got here. If this thing's going to work. Oh, I mean this one. Let me see. I think I need to move this camera out of the way without making everything. Well, it's not going to cooperate with me, is it? Okay. I'm just going to put it down on its side. Take it down. Okay. So is this camera going to... Come on, camera, help me out here. Are you going to come into focus? It might. There it goes. So yeah, this is they sent me this new set. It's pretty cool. This hammer is really awesome. It's perfect for doing these etchings. Yeah, you can see I used it a little bit already to do an etching. And these are the stamps. You know, each of these has a different letter of the alphabet on there. And this is my 12-word etching. This is not a actual seed phrase, so don't freak out. And oh my God, Rex is revealing a seed phrase. No, this is just a random seed phrase that I generated using a tool and then stamped it out during a video. You've got a little jib here that you load this in, and whoops. Oh, and you've got this anvil, and you've got this little adapter for 12 words because the 12 word is a little thinner than the 24 word. So yeah, that's how I did it. And then you just like stamp away. It's a great way to store your backup phrase for long-term storage. Yeah, let me get all this stuff back in here. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I'll put the jib back. There we go. All right. So that was fun, wasn't it? Come on, where are we here? Live scene. There we go. All right, so let's jump into the news. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. I'm just going to give you a little market update on the greater crypto market. Bitcoin edges higher, ETH rebounds above 4K as sentiment slips into fear territory. Inflation data that was released on Friday eased some people's minds, but just a little bit, right? So Bitcoin, modest bounce above 110,000 with ETH, Doge, and Solana outperforming. PCE inflation for August rose 2.7% year over year, aligning with forecast. It was expected. Crypto sentiment remains fragile, with the fear and greed index dropping to its lowest level since mid-April, indicating fear. Where are we now? We're at 109,570. It took a little bounce over the last half hour because it's been like 109,4 something all day. So it's been real steady all day. I'm wondering, is anybody buying or selling today? I don't know. Crypto markets modestly bounced on Friday. The cautious bid came as fresh inflation data landed squarely in line with forecasts. The Fed's preferred measure of prices, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Index, rose 2.7 year over year in August, while core PCE, excluding food and energy, climbed 2.9. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they have an inflation index that does not include food and fuel. The two things that are the biggest part of our budgets, right? Anywho, the data reported reinforced the Fed's narrative of gradually easing price pressures, said Fabian Dorey at Signum Bank, but it also leaves policymakers balancing sticky inflation with a softer labor market backdrop. For investors, the implications are twofold. If inflation trends lower, risk assets may find support from confidence in the Fed's easing cycle. But any upside surprises in coming data could push back short-term rate cut expectations, weighing on equities and boosting the U.S. dollar. Keep in mind, we did see kind of a pullback in the crypto market this week. Last week, I think we were around 107 and we were kind of 100. Pardon me. We were at 117,000, kind of hoping that we are going to make that push above 118, and then we had a drop all the way back under 110. But it's only been a week. But keep in mind that crypto pullback was accompanied by a broader market pullback as well. So in some cases, Bitcoin outperforms the broader markets, depending on the news cycle, and then other times it sort of gets pulled up or down along with market sentiment for regular stocks and bonds and everything else. But gold and silver have been on a tear this week, so crypto has sort of fallen back into its risk asset category as far as its behavior in the market. But what we would like to see is, kind of a financial thing or a flight to safety when everyone starts selling stocks and buying Bitcoin. And silver and gold. So we'll see how that goes. Market sentiment has turned fearful. The Fear and Greed Index, a well-followed sentiment indicator, plummeted to 28 on Friday, its most depressed level since mid-April, signaling fear among traders. That reflected recent volatility. So I have this linked down below. You can check out this little market update. And that's the current price of Bitcoin. I did want to talk about this story here. Several Solana staking ETFs may win U.S. approval within 2 weeks, according to an analyst. The 2-week approval forecast follows analyst predictions that additional crypto ETF approvals could be a key catalyst for a broader altcoin season. So someone brought up the XRP. He said H-bar. I hadn't heard anything about an H-bar ETF. But what else did you mention? AVAX. I don't know about an AVAX ETF either. Those would be interesting ETFs. Let's see if they mention them in this article, but I don't recall seeing that. Several applications for Solana exchange-traded funds with staking could receive U.S. approval by mid-October, ETF analyst Nate Grassi said, following fresh regulatory filings. Guessing these are approved within the next 2 weeks. Grassi, the president of Novadius Wealth Management, said in an X post. Grassi noted that asset managers Franklin Templeton, Fidelity Investments, CoinShares, Bitwise Asset Management, Grayscale Investments, Van Eck, and Canary Capital all filed amended S-1 documents for spot Solana ETFs to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Friday. The S-1 document is a comprehensive disclosure outlining the company's financials, risk profile, and the securities they intend to offer. It comes just over 2 months after the REX-Osprey Solana Staking ETF debuted on the CBOE BZX exchange, recording $33 million in trading volume and $12 million in inflows on launch day. So exciting news for Solana. Let's see. Staking in filings is a good sign for spot Ether ETFs. The inclusion of staking in the recent U.S. ETF filings bodes well for spot ETH ETF staking. So I'm guessing that the current ETFs don't allow staking for the current Ethereum ETFs. And so that's been a point of contention. Wall Street financial regulators aren't too crazy about staking rewards. I think they consider them kind of risky. So the Ethereum ETFs were approved, but not for staking. And when they say staking, I think what they mean is that the company that's holding the Ethereum is staking the Ethereum or the Solana and actually earning the staking rewards for holding. And that, of course, works in favor of the company that's actually running the ETF. I don't know that they are offering those staking rewards directly to the investors in the ETF. But maybe they are, and maybe that's what they mean by that in these upcoming Solana ETFs, which would make them very attractive for investors because staking rewards basically are a no-brainer. Several industry participants have recently echoed a similar sentiment. 10x Research's head of research, Marcus Thien, recently told Cointelegraph that staking for Ethereum ETFs would increase the yield and could dramatically reshape the market. So U.S. ETF issuers are still waiting for the SEC to allow Ether ETFs to offer staking after filing numerous requests for permission earlier this year. So yes, ETFs can't do staking yet. Ethereum ETFs can't do staking yet. Yeah, they're kind of bouncing back and forth between Solana and Ethereum there, but I hope you guys stayed with me there. Bitcoin's biggest bull catalyst may be the next Fed chair pick, according to Novogratz. Mike Novogratz said, of course, Bitcoin could reach 200,000 if the Federal Reserve adopts a highly dovish stance following a leadership change. Now, keep in mind that the head of the Federal Reserve, currently Jerome Powell, would not be replaced until May of 2026. So we're talking, next year, mid next year. Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz said Bitcoin's price could see significant rally if the next U.S. Federal Reserve Chair nominee to replace Jerome Powell is exceptionally dovish. So a lot of things rely on this, but if the nominee is picked early and made public before Powell actually retires, then we could get a bump May of 26, right? And we would have to know whether they're dovish or not, right? Fed's cutting when they shouldn't be, and you put in a massive dove, Novogratz said, adding that may lead to your blow-off top moment for Bitcoin. Now, he's optimistic what this will do for Bitcoin, but not so much what it could do to the value of the U.S. dollar. So he's a little back and forth about this. Do I want it to happen? No. Why? Because I kind of love America. It would be really, bad for America, he said, adding that it's possible the Fed is going to lose independence. A dovish stance from the Federal Reserve is generally expected to weaken the U.S. dollar. However, it is often perceived as a bullish catalyst for Bitcoin and other risk assets, as traditional assets such as bonds and term deposits become less lucrative to investors. So that's Mike Novogratz's prediction for early to mid next year. We'll see if that brings Bitcoin up. Some adoption news here. Citi raises stablecoin market cap forecast to $4 trillion by 2030. High stablecoin market growth in 2025 signals a 1.9 trillion base case and a 4 trillion bull case by 2030, Citi's analysis said. Citi, an international banking and financial services company, revised its stablecoin forecast due to the strong growth of the sector in the last 6 months, and now projects the stablecoin market cap will grow to $4 trillion by 2030. Analysts at Citi project at a 1.9 trillion stablecoin market as their base case and up to 4 trillion as the bull case, up from previous projections of 1.6 trillion and 3.7 trillion respectively. All right. So I did live stream on stablecoins a couple weeks back, and then I did post a standalone video on dealing with stablecoins, moving them back and forth, and dealing with the chains and the fees and that kind of stuff. So you might want to check that out. You could probably just Google CryptoDad stablecoin if you were looking for that video. And let's see. Oh, Kraken is, there's rumors of an IPO for Kraken. Kraken is one of the biggest U.S.-based exchanges out there. It's been around for a long time, but it's still a private company. Coinbase, their biggest competitor is a publicly traded company. So they went public last year or the year before. I'm not sure exactly. But Kraken could throw its hat into the ring and become a publicly traded company. The reported funding round comes amid earlier indications that the crypto exchange is preparing for a potential public offering. Kraken has reportedly raised $500 million at a $15 billion valuation, strengthening its financial position amid growing speculation that the cryptocurrency exchange is preparing for an initial public offering. Pretty cool if Kraken goes public. So crypto is mainstream, guys. Can't deny it anymore. So we'll see. You've seen me use Kraken. You've seen me use Coinbase. These are my staples. I am an advocate of self-custody. I think you should keep crypto in your own wallet, whatever kind of wallet you have. Just keep it safe in a wallet. If you're using a wallet, I would recommend a hardware wallet over a hot wallet or software-based wallet or phone-based wallet. You want your private key to be offline. There are a lot of crypto hardware wallets out there: Ledger, Trezor, Tangem, Descent, OneKey. We've talked about a few of them tonight. So, but if you want to buy cryptocurrency or you need to sell your cryptocurrency, you can't really do it in a wallet. A lot of people think they can. So, but for example, a lot of people, they'll ask me stuff like, oh, can't I just sell it directly out of my wallet? No, you can. It's kind of an illusion, though, because if you go to buy and sell, you do have to choose a third-party payment processor. And with the Ledger interface, it's usually MoonPay or Coinify or something like that. So I prefer to use my own trusted cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken, and these are US-based. But there are a lot of wallets out there that integrate buying and selling into their wallet interface, but your wallet you cannot sell or swap coins directly in a wallet because wallets can't just create cryptocurrency out of thin air. Now, when you connect your wallet to a DeFi site, you are connecting to a decentralized exchange, somewhat different than these two centralized exchanges that we're talking about right now. But you're using the liquidity of the other people that are partnering or participating in the DeFi. So, but wallets themselves cannot trade. You can't sell directly from your wallet. But yeah, I think when people say that, they want to they feel like when they're doing it directly in their wallet that somehow it's safer or something like that. But that's kind of an illusion, right? You really should get the hang of learning how to transfer your crypto back and forth between exchanges and or wallets or friends and family, right? You should learn how to transfer crypto. Anyhow, thanks for being here. Let me get caught up, see if there's any burning questions here. Dan is explaining ETFs. That's good. Securities and exchange. Okay. So Dan knows a little bit about XRP ETFs. That's cool. That's good. Please remove the review of ERA wallet. I'm not sure what that means. I haven't reviewed ERA wallet. Please remove. Okay. I never put one up. Okay. And then Zenas was asking me, what is my best hardware wallet to use? He has OneKey Classic and Tangem, best wallets ever. And then he was asking me about the chip inside the Tangem. No, they haven't updated the chip. I try not to tell you what the best wallet is. I prefer to evaluate each wallet on its own merits. I personally tend to use ledgers. That's because of my use case. I am pretty experienced. I like the fact that Ledger supports a lot of cryptocurrencies, and I also like the fact that it's compatible with a lot of third-party wallets. That you may have a different use case. You may just want to hold crypto and never touch it, and you might want a cheaper wallet like a Tangem, or even like a lower end Trezor or something like that to fit your use case. Or you may be a total beginner and a Ledger is a little more power than you really need. So it all depends on a lot of factors. It's like asking me what's the best car to drive, I don't know. Do you want to be able to help your friends move? Then you probably want to get a truck. Or do you have a family? Then you probably want to get an SUV. Are you a speed demon? Then you probably want a sports car. So it all depends on the needs of the user. So there is no such thing as, hey, just tell me what the best wallet is. But personally, I use Ledger and I use Tangem. I like those. I have Trezors. I have OneKeys. I have Descent wallets. I use all kinds of different wallets. Now, I remember I was in Reddit and some people were talking about me because I can just Google CryptoDad and see, what people are discussing. And somebody on Reddit was like, yeah, he uses a lot of different wallets because he can afford to. But I believe if you've got a lot of crypto, there's no reason why you shouldn't spend money on keeping it safe. Just like if you have an expensive car and then you should be willing to shell out some money for, getting a good quality oil. If you're going to, change your oil. I'm trying to think of good analogies here. But yeah, I mean, you shouldn't... It's being frugal is all well and good, but when it comes to securing your life-changing wealth, I think investing in good security is a no-brainer, right? So keep your crypto safe. And there are people out there that like to spread their assets across different wallets. You might want to own several ledgers. I've talked to people that have done that. Some people like to, brand, spread out the brand risk. They're worried that the brands are going to go out of business. But generally, most crypto hardware wallets have industry standard backup. And so your backup phrase is your vault. We were talking earlier about the stamp seed. The stamp seed phrase that I save in metal and store in a secure location is really the vault. The cryptocurrency hardware device is a tool for managing the private key. But if that device gets lost, stolen, or damaged, I would run get this and use that to restore the wallet. This holds all the information of your wallet, present and future, in perpetuity. I know it's weird when you first set up a wallet to back it up. And I remember my very first my very first Bitcoin wallet, which was desktop-based wallet, and they were asking me to back it up. And I thought to myself, why am I backing up an empty wallet? I don't even have anything in here. What am I backing up? Well, you're not backing up the Bitcoin. You're backing up the addresses that lead to your Bitcoin wallets on the blockchain. So if you add crypto down the road, this seed phrase will be able to give you access to those wallets, even if you fund them after you've run that backup. So that's the point of doing the backup when you first set up the wallet, because the wallet is just a pointer to your blockchain assets. And in the beginning, they're all empty, but as you fund the wallet, then that backup becomes more and more important. Let's see. Why does Eric Trump have to run his mouth? Now crypto will crash. That's funny. Yeah, he was talking about crypto. It's just good to have it in the news. A lot of people may like or dislike Eric. So I don't know. I think the country is about 50-50 right now, pro and anti-Trump. So I don't know what harm he can do. It might be he harms just as much as he helps. Doc Capital. I switched to universal firmware on Trezor. Super easy. Started stacking ERC20 coins. Smooth transition. Oh, yeah. I think you were asking me last week about Bitcoin only firmware. And I made the crack that I consider it security theater. But, I mean, if you're only hodling Bitcoin, then it makes sense to use Bitcoin only firmware. It's specialized firmware, and I don't know how much safer it would make the wallet, but yeah, I have nothing against Bitcoin only firmware. I had a Bitcoin only Trezor wallet. I did a video on the Bitcoin only Trezor Safe 5. But yeah, you can take one of those wallets and switch the firmware from universal to BTC only back and forth. And I noted that Ledger does not have Bitcoin only firmware. Yeah, so go figure. Yeah, whatever Eric says, buy the dip, it dips more. Okay. Yeah, so I did promise you guys I was going to move some Solana around, so why don't we do that before we run out of time? I'm just going to move some Solana from my wallet to Coinbase and then back. Let's just do that. So let's say, for example, that I do. Let me go to advanced here. Yeah, that was normal. You can toggle it down here. Let's say I want to deposit some crypto in my Coinbase account, and I want to deposit Solana. And there it is. The cryptocurrency exchange is going to give me a destination address. And this means that in my Coinbase account, if I want to, and thank you for that subscription, by the way, Flying Angel 66. If I want to move some Solana from my wallet that I'm holding in my wallet to an exchange, if I want to liquidate it or I want to use it to swap for a different crypto, you need to learn how to do the transfer back and forth. Now, any of your exchanges, you have an account, and that account has a number of addresses that are specific to your account. So, but they maintain them. They maintain the private key. So this is the address that Coinbase will give me if I tell them I want to move some Solana into my Coinbase account. So now I go back to my wallet and I go to my Solana account here. We can go over here to accounts, and let's see. Let's move it from Solana Flex. So we got a little bit of Solana in this wallet. As you may or may not know, I maintain multiple devices within my Ledger Live. The main two are my Ledger Stacks and my Ledger Flex. So I've got my Ledger Stacks and my Ledger Flex. These are e-ink displays, so when they're powered off, they still show the lock screen, which I think is pretty cool. Let's see here. I'll just go ahead and connect this guy. And then why don't I work over here while we do this transfer. I'm going to have to tilt my head. Boop-a-doo. Here we go. Table demo. Let's get this thing out of the way. And this thing just doesn't seem to be pointing at me anymore. Okay, there we go. All right. There. Let's move this thing a little. All right, that's looking good. All right, so the first thing we'll do is we'll unlock it. Hope I'm not showing this. Okay. And then, I haven't muted the mic, thank goodness. Let's take a look at this. So what we want to do is we'll take Solana Flex, and we're going to do a send. And if you remember, I was over on Coinbase and I copied that address into my clipboard. That's all you have to do, really. The hard part's over, right? Now I know where I'm sending. I want to send to my Coinbase wallet, my Coinbase Solana wallet, so they gave me a Solana address. And then we'll hit continue here. We don't need the tag. This is just an endless source of confusion for people. I've had people say, it's telling me I have to use a tag. No, it is not telling you you have to use a tag. It's asking you if you want to or if you need it. Solana supports tags, but very rarely is it required. I know it's not required on Coinbase. Coinbase just gave me an address. All you have to look at it right there. There's no tag. Now, if I had said I wanted to deposit XRP, and I'm using the XRP network, then the memo is required, right? See, and they give it to me. It's right there. They give me an address and a memo. So in this case, you do need a tag. But we're not using XRP. We're using Solana. So let's do Solana. I know I keep having to move away from the mic here. All right, there's no tag, right? All right, so now we're here, and it says, do you need a tag or a memo? And the answer is no, I don't. So I'll say don't need tag. It's just that simple. Don't freak out, please. All right, so how much are we going to move? Let's move 50. $50 worth. Let's hit continue. And there's a breakdown. That's what we want. And then we'll hit continue again. And you can watch what's going on here. Right? First they want me to allow a secure connection. And then they're going to ask me to launch the Solana app. There it goes. Open Solana app. Oops. All right. And now it's going to give me the transaction to review. So we'll swipe. There's the information. This is why we use hardware wallets, because the hardware wallet does not lie, right? The hardware wallet screen gives us the exact information about the transaction we're about to do. Tells us how much we're planning on transferring, what the fees are going to be, and my destination, right? So we can look at that. Whoops, let's do this. Over on Coinbase, we can see that those match, right? All right, and then we'll go back here. And so the last step, we'll swipe again, is to sign the transaction. This is where we authorize the private key to be used to sign the transaction. So we hold to sign. The private key signs the transaction, and then it sends out the quote-unquote signed, past tense, signed transaction. The private key never leaves the device during this operation. That's how hardware wallets work. Okay, and then we're done. Let's go back over here. After all that, I get it. Whoops. After all that, I think I was talking too much. Let's try it again. Let's hit retry. Okay. All right, it's asking me to sign again, so I'm going to do that. I think I was just talking too much. All right, I'm going to hold to sign, just like I showed you a second ago. And please work. There you go. Right. So when in doubt, try again. Right. And I get a lot of people that ask me stuff like, can can I do this? Can I do that? Or I'm worried I'm going to do the wrong thing. There's a simple solution to a lot of those questions that people ask me. They ask me when really all you have to do is do a small test first. If you do a small test, then you'll know. You might lose a little crypto. You might lose $1 or $2 worth of crypto. Okay. I just got an alert from Coinbase that the Solana has come in. That's why I like Solana, because it's so fast. So if we go to portfolio, we can see that I just dropped that Solana in here, and there it is. So pretty cool. Now, if I wanted to liquidate this Solana, then I could sell it for US dollar on the exchange and then cash out. I'm not going to do that tonight, but that's how you liquidate crypto, is you move it to your crypto exchange, you sell it for cash, and then you withdraw it to your bank. That's another misconception. I get that all the time. How do I cash out my crypto? How do I cash out my Bitcoin? How do I move my Bitcoin to my bank? Unfortunately, banks don't take Bitcoin as deposits. Dusted in Shadow just gifted a membership. Very nice of you, Dusted in Shadow. Thank you for that. You have to swap crypto for dollars first. Then you can withdraw those dollars to your bank. You set up your bank account with your crypto exchanges, ACH transfers, usually using something like Plaid, or you can do a wire transfer or something like that. But you have to move the crypto to a place where you can sell it first, and then after it's been swapped to cash, you can withdraw to your bank. You cannot just send crypto to your bank. If you don't believe me, go down to the bank teller with your crypto wallet and say, I want to make a Bitcoin deposit, and see what she tells you, right? Who knows? In 5 years, they may say, certainly, sir, scan here's our Bitcoin address, scan it. You can deposit Bitcoin in your account. But as it stands, no, you cannot do it that way. So what I want to do is I just want to move this crypto back. I just want to go the other direction so you guys can figure this out. And I did kind of want to go into the difference between Ledger and other third-party Solana wallets. So we can look at this account and see that there's about $100 worth of Solana in this account. Now, if we go over to my Solana wallet over here, Solflare, we're going to unlock it first. Okay, they've updated their terms. This is my Ledger Flex, and it's giving me a higher balance here because it's including some cryptos that are in here that are not supported in Ledger Live, like Fluffies and Kitsune. I don't play around much on the Solana with Solana meme coins, but I did in the past. So you can see I have a whole graveyard of old worthless coins here. But you can manage them in a third-party wallet. And notice that this wallet is based on my Ledger device. So I can use my Ledger device not only with Ledger Live, but Solana-based third-party wallets like Solflare. So notice, though, that the balance of Solana almost directly corresponds with what I have over here in Ledger Live. It's the exact same wallet, right? They're just being managed by different software interfaces. Actually, the amount should be the same. The dollar value could be slightly different because they use different APIs to get the dollar value. But what we got is 0.4966. And over here in Solflare, we have, where is it? 0.49, right? That's what they're showing me. All right, so what we want to do is receive. Now, let's see. When I hit receive, it gives me this address of my Ledger Flex. It ends in 9D WJ. If we go over to Ledger Live and we do receive, it gives me the same address, right? Because it's the same wallet. I'm just using two different software interfaces. Why? Because Solflare is a little more powerful and flexible when it comes to managing Solana. The first thing you'll notice is that it supports other coins besides Solana. Ledger Live does as well, but not every Solana coin shows up in Ledger Live, and this can be confusing to people. But let's grab the address. It's showing up on my device too, if we look over here. Right? If we go over here, it wants me to verify that address. It shows up here. Another reason that I like the that I like the Ledger Flex and the Ledger Stacks is because of their e-ink display touchscreen. I can see the entire address on my touchscreen. There are other crypto wallets like the older Ledger Nano X and the Ledger Nano S Plus that don't have a big enough screen to display the entire address. And so you kind of have to scroll back and forth to see the entire address. So we're going to copy that. I'll confirm that on my device. I'm done there. And now we'll go back to Coinbase and we'll just do the exact opposite of what we just did, which is, I just dropped something there. We want to manage funds. We're going to withdraw crypto. We're going to paste in that address. And based on that address, it wants me to confirm it. Based on that address, it knows that I either want to withdraw Solana or US dollar coin, because US dollar coin can be withdrawn on the Solana network as well. Solana supports stablecoins. But let's just take our Solana balance here, and we'll just send it all. We didn't really lose that much because the network fee is so cheap. It's 2 cents to make the withdrawal from Coinbase. When I sent it, I think it was around a penny, maybe even less than a penny. So that's why I like Solana. It's fast and cheap to send back and forth. I'm not really losing anything by doing this demo for you guys. We'll hit send now. And off it goes. And we're done. And if we go back over here, and let's do a resync here real quick. We should see this balance go back up here shortly. This syncing issue with Ledger Live, it's just pretty much happens all the time. It's not a big deal. It will go away. It just means that it can't quite get all the dollar values of all the coins. But let's quit and start again. Sometimes that kicks it into gear. Yeah, I just got an alert from Coinbase that the Solana went out. And if we go back here to Solana Flex, we should see it come in shortly. It might take a minute. Yeah. It seemed like it went back. It hit Coinbase a lot faster than when Coinbase withdrew. Now, let's check out that third-party wallet we were just talking about. See, it hit the third-party wallet already. The third-party wallet sees that the Solana has come in now. My balance is worth 150, and I have 0.74 Solana. Now it's showing up in Ledger Live. But still, that was like a minute, less than a minute. So Solana is fast, cheap. It supports a whole ecosystem of sub-tokens, meme coins. There are a lot of utility tokens. There are real-world tokens that live on the Solana blockchain. Solana is an up-and-coming cryptocurrency. Let's take a look at its... here I am doing a coin evaluation when I said I don't do coin evaluations. But we're talking about a major coin here. So let's look at, although the coins that you were asking about earlier were also major coins. Let's look at CoinGecko. That's Solana. Let's see what we got here. Solana is number 6 by market cap, so pretty impressive. We've got Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two big ones. Tether, which is a stable coin, and then XRP is number 4. So the XRP ETF is a possibility. And then BNB, the Binance Native token, is number 5, and then Solana is number 6. U.S. exchanges don't really support BNB. I'm not sure why that is, but you can't manage BNB on Coinbase, right? Let's see. If I doubt you can buy it, right? Which is really strange. Yeah, that's like a contract version of it. I'm not sure what that is actually. But yeah, yeah, you can, if you're using Binance, you BNB all the way. Binance US, you can use BNB, but Kraken and Coinbase and Gemini don't support BNB. It's kind of weird that such a high market cap crypto is shunned by U.S. exchanges, but that's how it is. Okay, let me check the questions here. Paul, I tried to transfer some Solana 3 days ago on Coinbase. Coinbase stopped it for security reasons. Coinbase said they would continue the transfer, and it's been 3 days. Don't know what to tell you about that. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know why Coinbase flags certain transactions. I've been using Coinbase since 2017. I have never had Coinbase tell me that they think my transaction is suspicious or flagged it or held it or anything like that. But I've heard a lot of horror stories. But I wish I could tell you why, but I can't. I don't. So let's see. What are we talking about here? Nothing wrong with that since you are using it as... Oh, someone's asking about this. My Ledger X got wet recently. Pretty sure it's toast. And I used the same seed phrase on my Nano X for my new Ledger stacks. As a recovery or backup, I'm not using Ledger Recovery. So my question is, when I get my new device, should I use the same key phrase on my stacks? Whatever seed phrase you are comfortable with would be the one that you use. It sounds to me like you were using the same one for your Ledger X. Wait a minute. Oh, you have a Ledger Stacks. Well, yeah. I would say using the seed phrase you already have is the most seamless way to gain access to your crypto. If your Ledger Nano X is toast and you have the seed phrase, then you can do a restore when you get that new stacks. And I have a video on that. Actually, let's do this one. Yeah, this video right here explains exactly how to import the seed phrase from your previous stacks. I'm sorry, the previous from your previous device to a new Ledger stacks, step by step. So I would recommend checking out that video that will walk you through the entire process. But that would be the most seamless way to do it. No, you didn't lose anything when the X got wet, as long as you have your seed phrase. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. When it comes to the seed phrase, that's your vault, right? Keep that thing safe. You'll never have to worry about your device getting lost, stolen, or damaged, whether it's water damage, cat or dog damage, or you accidentally step on it, or you get it too close to the fireplace, whatever happens, right? Your crypto is safe and sound if you have your seed phrase safe and sound. Let's see here. Not dangerous if you only hide. Someone's asking about coins. Can you tell me if you live here as well, explain how to remove an unknown token from the Ledger wallet? Yeah, you can't remove the... You could try to transfer it back out. A lot of the... let's see if I can find some unsolicited tokens on here. I don't think I have any. I don't get as many as I used to. Oh, I get them in... Well, I get unsolicited transfers in my XLM wallet, but I'm not getting these crazy... Let's see, is this the one? Yeah, I get a lot of unsolicited dusting attacks, but you're talking about like an unsolicited token that maybe comes into your Ethereum wallet. Yeah, you don't really want to interact with these tokens. Some of them might be malicious smart contracts, whereas a lot of times you might not be able to move the token, or if you try to swap it, it will... it might be a malicious smart contract. So just ignore them. They're not going to hurt you. If it's just driving you crazy, you can hide them. And there's no security implications of hiding a token, right? That was a legitimate token. I just hid it, right? So you can hide and reveal tokens all day long. There are no security implications, right? It's just whether or not you see it. And you're not really interacting with it. You're just telling Ledger Live, hey, I don't want to look at it anymore. So Ledger Live can hide it. But it doesn't go in there and interact with it or anything. So it just doesn't present it to you in the interface anymore. So, but yeah, it's so weird. I don't get these like I used to. I used to just get crazy NFTs all the time. I don't see any in my... I used to have them just chock full in my Polygon wallet. I don't know about this Magic Eden. Yeah, anyway. Is it going to do it? Is it going to do anything? Yeah, I'm not sure what this is, actually, to be honest with you. Okay, so... Yeah, you can hide NFTs as well. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the scammers just got tired of spamming my wallets. Who knows? Yeah. What are your... most of bad actors were in DeFi, so I would agree with your idea of separating the wallets. What are your thoughts on Perp? I just heard about it. It's the same as Perp's protocol. Totally different. So is the coin out? I've not heard of Perp. I don't really... and I'm not an expert in evaluating new coin projects. I'm not the right person to ask about that stuff. I stick to the major cryptos and do my education. I'm kind of getting too old to risk my assets on up and coming coins. Those are dartboards to me. Thailand, no crypto taxes until 2029. Wonder what inflows will come and what Trump will do next to counter it. Interesting. BNB is tradable on Kraken Spot. Oh, okay. So you can trade BNB on Kraken. Sorry. Did not know that. Oh, let me get signed into Kraken here and see. Very interesting. I was not aware that Kraken supported BNB. Is it going to let me in? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, it's acting kind of flaky here. Okay, there. Okay. Okay. All right. I use a passkey. Yeah, Kraken supports Tron, which is another Asian coin that Coinbase won't touch. Oh, my Kraken's acting kind of weird tonight. I don't know why it's giving me such a hard time here. Okay, maybe I'm not going to be able to pull this off. Okay, there we go. Well, it looks like I'm on Kraken. Okay. Oh, Oh, I don't know. It's just so sluggish. I don't know what's going on. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can. You can deposit BNB. You should be able to trade it. Have all the fun with BNB on Kraken. Pretty cool. Thanks for pointing that out. I apologize that I was not aware of that earlier. Yeah, you can get unwanted. So what's happening with Ledger? Did they fix the issue? I'm not sure what you mean by the issue. Unsolicited token is not an issue with Ledger, if that's what you're talking about. Unsolicited tokens are across the entire spectrum of crypto wallets. It's just a feature of cryptocurrency chains. They're public. People can send you scam tokens. You just have to be on the lookout. Now, a lot of these scam tokens some of them are malicious. A lot of them are just like junk mail or marketing for the coin. You see the coin come into your wallet and you think, gee, what's that all about? And maybe you go check it out and see what, maybe you want to buy some or whatever. So it's just kind of like, mailbox stuffing in a way. But once the token is in your wallet, the only way to get it out is to transfer it out. And that could be a problem if it's a malicious smart contract type token. So my advice is if you didn't buy it and it comes into your wallet, either ignore it or hide it. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to wrap it up tonight. I appreciate everyone being here. Let's see who we've got. We've got a lot of people to thank tonight. Dustin and Shadow is gifting memberships again. I want to thank everyone that was here early. I want to thank Kenny for the news. As usual, I took a lot of stories from your news update this morning. I appreciate it. I want to thank everyone that asked questions and participated. Always good to have you guys here with me on a Saturday night. Thank you, Dan, for being here and moderating. Good to have Dan here. Always. And thank you guys so much for all the questions. If we will do this again next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Keep an eye out for me in October. I'll be in France, in Paris, at the Ledger Open on the 23rd. And that'll be a lot of fun. I'll bring my laptop, I'll bring my phone, and I'll keep you guys updated as to what's going on my trip. That'll be a lot of fun. Now, I'll be leaving on, I believe, Monday or Sunday night. I can't remember exactly. And then I'll be there and I'll be coming back on Friday. So I probably won't miss my live stream unless I'm just dead tired when I get back. But I'll be back on Friday afternoon, so I shouldn't miss my live stream that week. So, but it'll be a lot of fun. There'll be some great things coming out at the Ledger Open. It'll be cool. So keep an eye open for that. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you guys again soon. Good night, everybody. Good night, Alina Herring and her dad. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight.